Choir of angels sang to the shepherds over Bethlehem, "Peace on earth, goodwill to all." I think there are a couple of realities about peace as we long for it to happen as the angels predicted. A couple of things that we need to remember. First is that to find peace, we must make peace, which is what Jesus was getting at when he said, "Blessed are the peacemakers." So, do what you can this Advent and the rest of the year as well, I hope, to become a peacemaker. Find whatever issue it is that keeps you awake at night, whatever passion stirs within you to make the world a better place, and then do what you can. Write your congressman, write a letter to the editor, organize at the local level, volunteer your time with some helping agency, volunteer your money, contribute as we do at Blowing Rock Church to help so many agencies that help other people day by day, 365 days a year. There's so much need out there: hunger and homelessness, fear, abuse, inequities, trafficking, drugs, crime, fill in the blank, racism, gender inequality. It goes on and on and on, but for every problem there is a pathway to peace, and you can be a peacemaker by doing something. You can't fix everything, but you can fix something. You can be part of the solution. Nobody can do all things. Everybody can do something. But while we're on this, let me mention, and it's something obviously we know anyway, that peace is not just a public issue. It's an intensely personal issue too. And so I think to fully resonate with, to understand, to appreciate, to absorb the promise of the angels, we need to ask ourselves, who am I out of peace with? With whom am I suffering through a broken relationship? The question is not why. The question certainly is not, what did that horrible person do to a wonderful person like me to wreck the relationship in the first place? The question is what? What am I going to do about it, since Jesus calls me to be a peacemaker? Forget the other person. That's between God and them. Between God and me, Jesus calls me and you, if we are his followers, to be peacemakers. Peace on earth, goodwill to all. That's what the angels sang about. Peace comes to those who make peace. That's first. The second thing is this: to find peace, we welcome the Prince of Peace. Peace comes to those who make peace. Peace comes to those who welcome peace, who are open to peace by being open to him. In the world on the night of the birth of Jesus, their world, the world of the shepherds, there wasn't a lot of peace to be found. You've got this man Herod on the throne who blends some significant emotional problems with really significant power. And when you put emotional instability and power together, you've got a toxic mix waiting to explode. On top of that, you have an occupying army in their country, Pilate and his forces. You've got poverty, you've got terrible diseases like leprosy, you've got a system where children aren't even considered fully human until they're about 12, and women are considered property. You've got all kinds of brokenness and woundedness and that which is the antithesis of peace. And so the angels come and say, "Peace on earth, goodwill to all, Prince of Peace." My gracious, in a world like theirs, what are you talking about? Talking about welcoming the one who's bigger than the world, who's stronger than the world, who can do for us what we can't do in a world like ours, or a world like that one in Bethlehem long ago. Howard Thurman was a professor at Boston University, a civil rights activist, a scholar, an author, a teacher, back when Martin Luther King Jr. was a student at Boston University, back before the civil rights movement of the 60s. Howard Thurman wrote this. Let me read it to you. In the manger, we could see victory that wasn't here yet, but one day would come. And so we could sing with joy while we waited for it, even in the midst of our tears. Do what you can to make peace in the world and in your own relationships, and you'll find peace. Do what's required to open yourself up authentically and fully to the arrival of the Prince of Peace, and you will welcome peace. One is coming who can lead us from where we are to where we need to be, so that at last we can find peace on earth, goodwill to all.